Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Been running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G, Swan and Jules in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate. In the end zone, we don't got no time in the wait. H-Town run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game going to overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine, can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. H-Town the home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-host in the building. I got Jules, I got Mike G, I got Auntie Swan, and I got two special guests. We got Black Line in the building from Reckless Sports Talk, and we got Killer Cal in the building. Northwood's finest, Northwood Mountain's finest.
Fontaine.
My bad.
Right.
Fontaine's finest, Killer Cal in the building. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Thursday night, college football Thursday night?
Doing wonderful.
Good.
Doing well.
It's a great night,
This
man.
rain.
Great night, man. I just want to say thank you, AD, for the invite.
Mm-hmm. Finally didn't flake on me. I'm proud of you.
Bunch of familiar faces here. Don't know if I officially met Black Line, but what's up, homie?
What up, man?
And we got the trafficker over there. He had to make sure his basement was locked. So what's up, Mike?
Goddamn.
Nah, Mike know I always like to joke with him. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Not much. We do have a lady in the building, so I'm kind of mad you just ignored Auntie Swan.
No, I didn't. I spoke to her earlier, but my bad. Jules, what's up? And last but not least, what's up, Auntie Swan? What's going on?
I'm doing wonderful. But you did speak earlier because you spoke to everybody.
But I didn't speak to you on the recording, so that's what it was. But you know what? AB gonna always call me out.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure you get right. I don't do nothing else in life. I'm gonna make sure Killer Cal get right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Yvonne, we got H-Town Talk, we got Houston Sports Fan, we got Chill Out, we got Sal. Shout out, Lackville. Hold on. This one. Got buried.
Hey, my son got jokes,
Shout out DQ as well, bro. But yeah, man, now Houston Texans have a game, but I want to get y'all initial thoughts on the season so far, and I'll start with Mr. Rainman himself, Jules.
I guess I've been kind of consistent. This team can be good when they want to be, when they're actually driving the ball and holding on to drives. I just think the season is just it's they won 10 games. You can't get mad at 10 games, but it wasn't very impressive. They didn't have a good feel for them. It's just like too many opportunities and too many bad losses to bad teams, similar to last year, make you feel this season was just not good enough. They in the playoffs, so we can't not just glass over. But you just feel like you want this team to just take the next level. I think all Texan fans at some point want this team to go to the next level when they earn that respect. We keep saying, everybody keeps shitting on us, everybody keep disrespecting us. The Texans hasn't earned nobody respect yet. They keep on acting the same way. So we kind of were built up for this year to be that season for us that we have respect. We got 5 games on prime time, and you know how the prime time Texans act. So it just you want them to do better. So it's still a young team. I think there's one graphic out there that says CJ is the youngest quarterback in the playoffs right now. So this is a young team. We just got to go through the growing pains, and we hope that Saturday's game they flip a switch. The offense goes, because the offense goes, the team wins. Because defense is damn good. Easily a top 10 defense, I think, this year. That's all I got.
You sure? Was that a period or a comma?
It's a period right now. I'll wait for the wrap up, the season and wrap up to really get my rant off.
Go ahead, Black.
Uh, man, my only thing we haven't found us an identity. I thought D'Amico would have an identity going into year two. Um, I know injuries kind of played a part in that, starting with Diggs and then going all the way to the Tank Dell and the Jimmy Wards. But we still have to find a way to win, right? And I think that's what they're pretty much leaning on, and just finding a way to win. And I think as a fan, we didn't want that. We expected the offense to come out and be able to, put up 24, 28 points in the first quarter, or the first half, and then kind of let our defense just go after quarterbacks, right? With the two, Will Anderson and Hunter, and then let Stingley kind of ball hawk everywhere. Um, and with the way things went, Bobby Slowick kind of has disappointed me, and a lot of people. People that I talk to, that's kind of like the biggest thing is, we always hear offensive line from people that don't know. They always talk about the offensive line, offensive line. Yeah, offensive line had issues, but that started with, coaching, Bobby Slowick. It's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and it's just not offensive line all the time. CJ also has his faults in that. But overall, the season, like Jude said, I can't complain. They got back. It's one of the things that I said. Name a coach that's a rookie, and then a second year coach that went to the playoffs back to back. There's not too many of them, you know. Then if you equate that with being a black head coach, how many of those did that back to back? Not too many of those either. So, I mean, what we've done is good, but my expectations going into the season, I expected us to be a top 2, 3 seed. I expected us to at least be contending for a bye week, going into week 18, week 17. So, um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for right now, though.
Mm-hmm. What you got, Killer Cow?
Um, man, this team is identical to last year's team record wise. Um, I had a prediction of 12-5 this year. I mean, 13-4 wasn't a laughable prediction, but 12-5 was. Well, y'all breaking my comfort. Yeah, tripping. Hey, but we 10-7, and it seemed like it's not really a whole lot of excitement because I can tell the town got a wait and see attitude, and we are evenly matched with the Chargers, man. Believe it or not, I looked at the stats. Well, looking at our own stats, we averaged 21.9 a game and gave up 21.9 a game. It's like we are just like even on both sides. Like we've been mid the whole season, and on paper, we thought that we was gonna be better, but we was decimated with injuries at the wide out spot, But I just think the Texans got to play their game. They have to be efficient in the red zone. They have to capitalize. They got to jump out on them guys early. I was looking at the stats and I had something wrote down, but man, those guys have only allowed teams to score more than one touchdown in a game, like maybe 5 or 6 times. I mean, they was keeping guys a lot of their games 2 touchdowns, but they kept a lot of teams with just 1 touchdown. So they real sound defensively. They don't make a lot of mistakes. We have to play a clean game.
I got one comment. Cal just missed the whole memo of what we were talking about. Because I did say recap the season, and then we were gonna go in as a group on the game against the Chargers. But I'm gonna give you grace, Cal. I appreciate it. Auntie Sword. We gonna come back to that, Cal. We gonna come back to it.
Let that man get his shit off.
Hey, if you know Killer Cal like I know Killer Cal, we gonna be here a while. But no,
I drink to that.
he gonna get his due time. He gonna get his due time. Go ahead, Auntie.
For me, it is somewhat disappointing. I had greater expectations coming
There you go.
into the season based on the offense. So there was some sense of disappointment, but at the same time, um, there is excitement for me. I'm very happy overall with the progress. There are things that need to be tweaked, obviously, but I still feel encouraged that we are on track. Um, but over than that, I'm good because I'm not gonna get into the Chargers game yet. I'm gonna follow the agenda. So
Boy, y'all funny as hell.
no, because Cal, I had it all mapped out, and I'm like, when you did, I'm like, oh shit, make sure. Oh no, I gotta hold that
Yeah,
back.
no, see,
But I was gonna leave.
Fall in
I'm like, when
line.
you did it, so I'm like, oh, thank you, because I had it all in my head what I was gonna say.
look. So when Cal was in elementary school, they told him to color inside the lines, and he was one of them kids that did that shit like that and just put it all over that motherfucker and say, "Fuck it, I don't give a damn.
I'm a renegade. Man.
I'm gonna do what I want to do.
I'm a
This is my
renegade.
masterpiece."
Hold up, is that why the school don't exist anymore?
Swan, you got one more
Yeah,
time to
you
say
got
that.
it.
Hey, that's how Bobby showed you this offense. Outside the goddamn line.
Like it don't exist.
Hey,
Oh,
man,
man.
everybody had to plan. Every amateur, every professional, every OXC, OC, every guy who knew anything about offense knew what the fuck to do with this offense and offensive line except Bobby. Bobby said, let me do it my way.
Hey, Mike, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, a slightly underwhelming season. It's more about the direction and the momentum or lack thereof at this point in the season. Because if you gave me a win-loss prediction before the season, I probably would have said 11, maybe 12. Obviously, we had a tough schedule and some very difficult opponents down the stretch. Obviously, with the Chiefs in Arrowhead, which is different. The Ravens, who kind of got hot at the right time. Fortunately, we were able to put together a strong drive in that, late season preseason game last week. But we looked good. So kind of, get that bad taste out of your mouth sort of thing. Obviously, CJ Stroud, a little underwhelming. Part of it's his fault, missing some open receivers. Part of it's the O-line that has struggled all year to pick up on stunts and twists, on top of the injuries and having to move guys around. What's up, Snowman? And part of it, obviously, is on Bobby Slowick, who I'm not sure if he can find his ass from a hole in the ground. But,
Damn, I was mean.
hey, we're swarming out here. But, I'm kind of optimistic, looking forward to this game. It looks like it's tied as far as going into the game, as far as the closest projected game. It is, according to the lines, supposed to be the lowest scoring game. I thought it was a little bit of a surprise, 41.5. Chargers favored by 3. That line kind of keeps budging.
Mike, I got a question though. Where can we, see those lines and place some, wagers on those?
You know where you can, AD? It's our sponsor of the show, BetUS.
There you go. BetUS is a proud sponsor of the H-Town Rundown. We use our promo code JOIN125, where you can get up to 125% back on your first 3 deposits. And yeah, BetUS is a proud sponsor of the H-Town Rundown, where the game begins. Definitely. I'm about to put the link in the chat so y'all can go ahead and click that link and use the promo code and have fun with BetUS. All right, go ahead, y'all. Everybody got quiet. What
I'm reading who is this lonely character?
Oh, in the comments?
Uh-huh. So is he talking about sending the Chargers to Cancun on 3? Is he talking about us?
Well, the Chargers got to go to Cancun because they can't
They
go
can't
back
get my
to
home.
LA.
No, I just want to make sure.
So,
I'm trying to
I'm trying to be a little
CJ
sensitive.
Stroud regression is gonna make us
Damn.
deep
I'm
off
trying to be a
that.
little sensitive.
Okay.
Clearly.
I'm trying to
I'm
be a
not
little
the diplomatic one in this group, and my
By,
opinions do not directly reflect the
by far.
opinions of the H Town Rundown. So
All the state of Texas.
so basically, all I gotta say is, you know what? Up yours. And I'm being polite.
if you ain't with Houston, fuck them.
And I'm trying to
That's
figure
how
out
I feel.
I mean, it's,
why you're here.
you
You
know,
know, don't hold up. Don't the Bolt Ups got a podcast?
well, H Town Rundown. People
I know
love
we the
to,
best. But I'm just saying,
It's a little different.
people gotta go ahead and do what they do. Um, but yeah, the Houston Texans do have a game on Saturday, our prime time slot. We never had a wild card game ever outside of the early Saturday window. This is our game.
I don't
This
know why
this
that
was made
bothers
for us,
folks. I
huh?
don't know why that bothers folks.
I mean, it's our game.
Yeah.
My thing is we have a 80. What is it? What we won? 6 out of 8 first round games at
Something like that.
NRG. I think the only
Yep.
two
Yeah.
losses was Kansas City and Indy. Those
Mm-hmm.
are the
Yep.
only two losses that
Yeah.
we had in that early Saturday window. So I don't know why the hell people are
No,
really concerned about it.
no, no,
Have you seen what the hell we did on prime time
no,
this
no.
year?
That's what I'm gonna say is this is what I
Like,
don't get.
what the hell?
This is what I don't get. Folks, bitch, that you don't want to see us on prime time no more. That's all I heard. You get the 3:30 slot. They disrespecting us. They don't want to put us. Why they can make it? Do you really make up your mind? Do you want to be on TV where everybody can see you, or you don't?
Well, that's me talking about the prime time downers they are.
But
People
see,
people they want to see them on prime time. It's just the idea of it is it's the early game. No one really is
yes,
watching. It's like this, and we
that's
don't
not
have.
true. That's the thing. That's what I don't get. Everybody's gonna watch the damn game. It's a playoff game.
Hey, you want to know
Playoffs.
what's great about being the host of the H Town Rundown? When you see people like Lonely, and you see him up there acting a fool up in the chat,
It's just beautiful.
you can
You
do what
booted?
you do what you do to little kids
Why are you
in
doing
elementary
that?
school. You
I
put
Put them in
wasn't
the
their
doing
ass
corner.
in
that.
motherfucking timeout. And
Put them
that's
in the
what the
corner.
hell Lonely is right now in timeout. So y'all go ahead and y'all see again. I'm gonna say it again. Y'all go ahead and y'all see the link for the Bet US for H Town Rundown. And then, of course, here's the promo code JOIN125. Use that promo code, click that link, sign up for BetUS, and go ahead and, get your bet on.
I
No,
mean,
that was lame, but
it, it's just a status symbol that you have the premier game of the playoffs. It's just a status symbol. We ain't there yet. We have
Okay,
to
but it
earn it.
is a premier game. Nobody else is playing at the same time. It's not like it's 11 o'clock
any
game.
any playoff game is a premier game.
That's what I'm gonna say is I don't get what people. It's the only playoff game. It's at 3:30. What do you think anybody else is gonna be doing?
And when you do the order of the premier games of the premier games, we're at the bottom of the premier games.
But who cares? That's
People
what I'm saying
care.
is.
People
No, I'm
do.
saying is
They
whether we
care.
was playing at 6:30 because that's the time the next game is playing 3 hours later, or you playing at 3:30. All eyes still gonna be on you.
That people just think that it's a status symbol.
Mm.
It's like
I
it's like
know.
it's like wearing Shacks and wearing Jordans. It's the same shoe, but them
No,
Jordans
it
have a little
ain't.
more status to them. Now
No.
it's the same thing. You're saying everybody's in playoffs, right? Cool. What's the earliest game that people doing their chores? They walking around here, they washing their car, they getting their hair cut. They're gonna catch the game a little bit here and there. Now that primetime game at 7:30, everybody home and everybody at the bar watch the game.
No, they not.
It's
And
a
trust me,
difference.
folks gonna
Let
be
me
at home.
say this, Yvonne, I got you.
He gone.
All right.
Did he come back again?
No,
Oh.
no. He can't come back. But yeah, Jules, I understand you playing devil's advocate, but frankly, sir, I don't give a damn about none of that shit right now. Let's talk about this game, and
Yeah.
instead of talking about the slot, that we here. I'm just ready to win this damn game and get into that divisional round. But I want to hear y'all thoughts. Cal, you want to continue your thought process on the game and everything like that? You were giving stats and everything like that.
No, I just say that we're an evenly matched team, man, across the board. This game is gonna come down to, I'm gonna say, coaching. Is Bobby Slowick gonna call a good enough game better than Greg Roman? Is D'Amico gonna call it a good enough game to stop Roman? Like, I looked at a couple of their stats, man. They're not overwhelming in what they do offensively, but the one thing that stood out is Herbert only threw 3 interceptions this year.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make a lot of mistakes offensively. They don't make a lot of penalties. They don't have a lot of penalties. So it's going to be a game that we're going to come out of this game and going to say, damn, Bobby did it again. Or we're going to say, damn, Bobby did that. So it's so evenly matched, man. I can see why it's the over-under is right at about 41, because it do look like a 21-20 type game, 24-23 type game. But we just evenly match across the board, man.
Look, let me say this. Do you have the stats on Justin Herbert's numbers? Like passing yards, touchdowns? Uh-oh. I know it was coming. There you go.
Big Lord.
Hey, real quick. Hey,
Herbert had 3,600 yards, 23 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Overall, they had 13 rushing touchdowns, and I got them at like 90 penalties. But you know, they defense, they only given up against Tampa Bay. They gave up 40. Against Baltimore, they gave up 30. And in a win, they gave up 27 points. That's their highs that they gave up on defense. All the rest of the games, they was giving up like 17 and 10, 13, 14. You know, they don't make a lot of mistakes. You have to go out and take the game from them.
You mean like we made somebody else that folks bragged about didn't make mistakes by the name of Jared Goff? And he did 5 in one game?
Yeah,
I ain't talking about what the offense did.
No, I get that. I really get that. But I'm just saying they don't make a lot of mistakes. I'm not saying that we're not capable of making them uncomfortable. We can really make them uncomfortable. We can move Herbert out that pocket, and we can make them uncomfortable. We can turn over the ball. They haven't seen nobody like Stingley. He's an all-pro. So we can make them.
They play PS2 twice a year.
They played who?
They played Pass Sertain.
Well, Stingley is the best. I'm sticking on that.
He is, but Sertain's close. So, like,
when I say Stingley is the best, I mean y'all change the subject to something else. I don't need a rebuttal after that.
Well, you said you ain't seen nothing like them. I didn't want nobody to correct you. I thought you better family do it.
No, but back to your point, Swan. I think that we can make them make mistakes. I mean, we can do that. We've done it. I mean, we had a game where we had about 8 sacks in the game or something like that. Like we can disrupt them. That's what it's going to have to take.
But
so to your point, Swan, Brandon elaborated on it. You know, Josh Allen had probably his worst game of his career.
Yeah, he did.
He was 9 for 30.
Yep.
And then Tua, I mean, I think that's just Tua being Tua.
Okay, that's Tua. I wouldn't compare.
He was missing Waddle. That played a role too.
Yeah, and then he said
the difference
he also.
But Josh doesn't have a Lad McConkey on his
he does not
team, and that's a big difference. I know we want to say that's all he has, but that is
well, he had one. He just didn't play against us. And
Shakir,
yeah. So, he's not a lad. I'm sorry.
He's not.
Yeah, he ain't white, so you know.
No, he ain't good like that.
Lad's all right.
Lad is cool. Lad is a good player.
He's cool. He ain't just
Let's
not give him that. Let's give him too much credit now.
No.
He's a quality receiver. I was pretty high on him going in the.
What you say, Black?
I say he ain't nothing special. I mean,
Right.
he's a good receiver, but he's not
Good, yeah.
something that we
Yeah.
never seen before.
Oh, no, I'm not
Down.
Of course.
saying
Calm it down
that.
a bit.
No,
I mean, what I'm
I'm not
saying
saying
is
you are, but I'm just saying lad is
shifting
we can
receivers in the
stop him.
slot. I don't know. that
He's not what I would be worried about in
No,
this
that's
he
his
game.
not.
only
He's
weapon.
not. He's not even Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
He's not, but to your point, I think we're going to dive into the matchups here shortly. I'm a little bit concerned about the matchups.
Well, I
But
mean, I don't. Okay, we'll get to it later.
Yeah, we'll get
My
Yeah.
into
we
it.
will.
Go ahead, Blake.
so my thing is I'm not worried about the stats. This is the main reason why. If you watch the Chargers,
Mm-hmm.
this team is totally different playing style. They play like a Jim Harbaugh team. They play
Exactly.
more. This Charger teams plays more like an early Kaepernick 49ers team. If y'all remember back then, where Kaepernick just kind of managed the game, and at points in the game, he would use his legs to get a first down here and there. So Justin Herbert hasn't been putting the ball in harm's way for interceptions to happen, right? So those interception numbers are kind of skewed because he's throwing the ball out of bounds, something that he didn't do the
Preach,
previous
preach,
years.
preach.
He's normally a forcer of he forces passes. So I'm not really the stats to me don't bother me. What I'm more concerned of, and I said this on Twitter, it's kind of for me it's a bad matchup in a way that Justin Herbert can get out of the pocket. If we don't contain him and we don't keep our pass rush lanes, that's going to be the difference because I think this game he will probably use his legs a lot more than he has used his legs. Because it's a one and done thing. Now we have to stay disciplined. We cannot let him get out because the most important thing in this game is to get off the field on third downs. So when I watched them, I think I forgot what game I was watching of them not too long ago. What clicked in my brain is that they kind of remind me of the Bill O'Brien Texans, right? They ran the ball, ran the ball, ran the ball, run the ball. It's third and long, they still run the ball. It's third and 5, they still run the ball. They they want to run the football. That's what they want to do. And then with Ladd, what they do, they motion him and they put him in these awkward positions to where you can get miscommunication happen. And he just has a good feel for the game to where he'll break off and end up open. It's not so much that he's just running beautiful routes and stuff like that. He kind of has just like a good feel for the game, like Travis Kelsey. And he kind of just reads the zone. And him and Justin Herbert just has a good connection. So he gets open like that. So I think when Mike was talking about matchup, I think that's probably where he's going as far as like Lad McConkey getting matched up on our linebackers or one of our safeties in that zone coverage, and we just losing sight of them. And that will probably be an issue. But in this game, I think D'Amico will have that locked down. I don't think Stingley's gonna travel. To be honest with you, I don't see no reason for him to travel. Especially with Lassiter. If Lassiter stays healthy the whole game, I don't really think there's no need because Quentin Johnston don't scare me. I think one big hit from Lassiter
You talking about no? You talking about brick hands?
yeah, Brick Hands. I think one big hit from him is he's gone. He'll be out the game. His focus will be gone. So it's stopping the run and then making
Yes.
sure that we get off the field on third downs. If we can get off the field on third downs and not let this offensive line keep leaning on our defense throughout the whole game, I think we're going to be real good.
Jules.
Well, I just think that defense for the first time in 18 weeks that we are almost completely healthy with the original starters that we wanted to start it in the season. This is going to be the first game Harris and Algier starts together.
Mm-hmm.
Settle and Fox IC and
Whitaker.
Myra Edwards, they
Autry.
all healthy. They all healthy.
Mhm.
Our two ends are healthy. I think Autry's going to be
Yes.
he's going to be playing. So I think what what D'Amico has envisioned for this defense
for his front seven is going to be what he's been dreaming about all off season to get all 10 guys and reserves too, and throwing as much pressure as he possibly can from every angle, from every position to get Justin off his spots. And I don't really think like Conky's pretty. He's good. Constant. He's limited route, but he can when he can catch, he can catch. He can catch. But they just don't the offense just don't scare me. I think our defense is that much better than their offense. To me, it's just if our offense can sustain 3 drives all game and score, I think we win. That's how basic I think this game is for us.
Yeah.
I don't see the Chargers as a threat. I don't see this big hype over the Chargers when you go by their record and they didn't really play anybody. And then when the teams they did play, they look like us. They just they mid.
Barely
They're not.
barely won.
Yeah, there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
great about this team besides the head coach. The head coach is what gets giving everybody the hype of it because it's Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
So let's be real. People love John Harbaugh.
Oh,
They love
Jim
John
Harbaugh
Harbaugh
or
since he
Bobo?
was at Michigan
Yeah,
playing quarterback. That's how long they've loved John Harbaugh. I
Jim.
don't think anybody has had much ill will or ill words to say about John Harbaugh since he's been in
Jim.
the NFL. I'm sorry, I keep saying John is Jim, right?
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh,
they're both
um,
great, but yeah.
They
yeah,
said
yeah,
3 times,
Jim. I'm
homeboy.
sorry, Jim. I'm talking about Jim. I'm talking about Jim. It's the Jays. It's the Jays that's fucking with me. But yeah, Jim Harbaugh. Ever since he's been in the league, whether playing or coaching, I don't think anybody's had any ill word or anything negative really to say about him. Other than he
Oh
gets set in
no.
his ways.
Yeah, yeah. He
But
runs
that
organizations ragged.
yeah, I mean, but that's the arrogance of him. But that's with
Right.
any head coach. They over a course of due time they'll wear their welcome out. Unless you Bill Belichick or something like that, or John Harbaugh.
Mm. The
So
most critical thing of him was when he patted down Jim Caldwell after a game, and it's like, whoa, that was an aggressive push. It's like, dude,
yeah,
what? Yeah, he's a great coach. So,
yeah, he's a great coach. And also people love the media and outlets love Justin Herbert.
mm-hmm.
He's a
They
good quarterback.
people been saying Justin Herbert is a top 5, top 10 quarterback. Since he came into the league, and I mean, doesn't really, if you want to be honest, other than a few stats, doesn't have anything to show that he is that type of player. But because he was drafted where he was drafted, and because he's in LA with the Chargers, and he's a white blonde hair quarterback, and he can throw the ball a little bit. He's going to be overhyped than what he really is. I think Jim Harbaugh has put him in position to play how he's should be playing and will be playing for the foreseeable future for success. Um, but at this moment in time, I think the love that they're getting is kind of overhyped. Um, you know, in the sense that they haven't done anything, to deserve the hype that they're getting, especially this season. They don't have any signature wins. I think I talked about it last night with Ruben Stresses and Harley. Is that you look at their wins, they're like signature wins, quote unquote signature wins, is the 2 wins against the Broncos and a win against the Bengals. That's
Right.
their signature wins of their season. They lost to the Steelers. They lost to the Ravens. They lost to the Chiefs twice. Like they beat up on the Raiders and the Jaguars and the Titans, and that's who that's what their season was.
They're the
Mm-hmm. Hey,
Texans,
who
dude.
else
They're
did
they're
that?
they're, they're the Texans.
Nah, okay. In all fairness to them, I don't think they looked bad like we look bad. You like you just said. You talked about Jim
They're more
Harbaugh.
consistent. They are more consistent.
Your thing is, we can say they have an identity because we can look at their coach and we can say, okay, we know what they look like, what they are. They are what they are. With us, we underachieved, so we don't have an identity officially. We're trying to think we do, but they only had like what were 2-6. We were 1-5. So
Right.
yeah, I
And
totally agree.
and
You
and that's why it gets so much hype because people, the national media is down on us so bad they're pumping them up to be
Mm-hmm.
higher than what they are. That's pretty much what it is.
They didn't have the type
So,
of losses we had. I think that's the difference is that, you have a 5 interception game and you blow it. You have a 8 sack game, you blow that. You score 2 funky points on Christmas Day in
mm-hmm.
your house. So I get why they're down on us. I have an issue where it's the overhype that you have for them in the sense that we're pretty much even. They're more consistent. We up and down. But the problem is when we're up, we're up. And you can't fuck with us. They don't have a switch to flip. Because if we had our business, just like them damn Browns from last year, folks were talking about, the Browns with the #1 defense, they go do this. Yeah, that first quarter, like we was trading back for 2 position. After that, we ain't never heard about them Browns again.
Yeah. Um, I want to go to Larry's point real quick. He said make them one dimensional, and this is the game that D'Amico should unleash a linebacker blitz and Herbert as, since he will have all 3 of his guys. That's gonna be interesting to see.
I wanted to run.
Um, they're first of all they're gonna run the ball.
No, I want
Yeah.
Herbert to lead the pocket and run.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, I
Black
don't think
Lion.
that's what. I don't
I
think
Go
want to
that
ahead.
see
we don't want him
Aziz.
to do that.
I
Yeah,
We
do.
me
don't want him
neither.
to do that.
Yeah, I
No.
do.
Mm-mm.
So what we don't want is for Aziz to be
Get suspended.
suspended in the
You mean
play
next
to
year?
be out the playoffs and next year. So if we win this game, we wouldn't have Aziz the next game
Right.
or part of the season next year either. Probably since it would be they suspended him 3 games this year. He do that shit again, he gonna get a 6 or 8 game suspension.
Most
Yeah, he's gonna
definitely.
be gone for at
Yeah.
least half
So
the year.
Right.
and that's we would hey, and you would love that as a football fan. Yes, you would love that, but as a Texan fan, when you're looking at the future, that's something you don't want to have, and I
I
highly
didn't
doubt
say hit him in the head. I would never advocate that.
it. Don't
Well,
it don't, but it
but he
don't
got
matter. It don't matter if he hit him in the shoulder, hit him in the
Yeah.
shin, hit him on the hip. It don't
he got a
matter.
bullseye. He got a
Did he
bullseye.
look at him?
No,
He got a
that's
Yeah,
bullseye.
just a
Yeah.
he
personal
can
foul.
blow. He can. No, I was gonna say he can blow on him, but that pause.
Pause.
But you
But
did say that.
Mm.
but I paused it.
Okay, Diddy.
But it's just the
Oh.
point. All right, Jules.
Take that. Take
All
that.
right, Jules.
No, but I think Black
You
Lion
have
had a
your
good
ass back
point.
out in that rain. Goddamn.
I think Black Lion had a great point. We have to
Nobody, Larry.
prevent them from sustaining their
I'll go over that.
drives. And honestly, like Herbert's been kind of rolling over the last month or so, especially when he gets outside the pocket. He's not afraid to run. And if we're, caught lacking in trying to stop Ladd and, J.K. Dobbins, and then
Hmm.
Justin Herbert's got the open field, he can take off. He's obviously not Lamar, but he does have some wheels. He's not afraid to
He's
run.
fast enough. He's very fast.
So we don't want to.
He was
No,
very
no, no, no.
fast.
Hold on. Okay, but no, he is
He's mobile.
fast.
He's got some mobility.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah,
want to.
he can
Open
move,
field.
but shit, I ain't
We don't want to
saying
get caught where it's another 3rd and 3 or another 3rd and 4, and he gets another first down. We can't.
Yeah,
Right.
man,
We can't get
yeah.
caught in that sort of.
He's not. I don't think he's Josh Allen as a runner. He damn
No,
sure ain't
but
Lamar
them more
Jackson.
running backs to me. Them
He's
not.
not. He's not Jalen Hurts. He's any of these running
Like
style
I
quarterbacks that
said,
can run.
I ain't talking about the running backs.
Anyways,
Josh Allen is not a running back.
that's
No.
not a running back. And the MVP. The MVP is that what they say on his plaque. It don't say running back. And motherfuckers say
Oh,
quarterback.
yeah, when he's on that
Yeah,
black, you're a
hey.
running back. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Keep beating
Like I
that
said,
ass.
my
Shit,
thing
I ain't no
is
running
I
backs
just
no touchdowns like that though.
right.
But, I know Joe Mixon threw one in the Super Bowl, but that's I don't see him throwing them like that. But go ahead, Black. My bad.
No, you good. I was just saying I just don't want to get in that mode to where he's being able to scramble and get that third and five, that crucial third and five that we need to get off the field because we haven't done our part on offense, right? We haven't drove down the field and let the defense rest. And then now all of a sudden they get the ball back and we're up, 10 points or whatever the case is. And now Josh Allen's able to run and get those crucial third and five, third and fours, and it's keeping our defense on the field longer than what they need to be because then that's when the run game really starts to move when that defense has to stay on the field and having I meant to mention that what Jules said having Folly back I think is a big part of us stopping the run. Uh, I
Mhm.
mean him and Tim Settle together they've been man they've been wrecking havoc. I think going into the season that was my biggest question mark was the D tackles, right? And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people might have said the D tackles, but I truly believe we have two guys that can be here for at least the next 2 years
Correct.
with Settle and Foley. So they're gonna. I think if we're gonna dominate this game, those are gonna be the two impactful players. They're gonna be the two that has to because they like to run the same stretch zone scheme runs. They like to try to get outside. They like to run inside zone, outside zone. They like to try to hit them with their toss sometimes in those cracks. Uh, Getting that penetration in up in between the A gaps. That's gonna
Pause.
be that's my bad.
You good?
My bad.
Hey, but
I
Lonnie,
was gonna say up the middle, but then
There
that
you
just
go.
cuts
Hey,
out the
either
A.
way, the A gaps are worse.
Come on now.
So, but yeah, we have to get that closed off, man. And if we can do that, we'll be all right.
but how do you feel? How do you think uh D'Amico Ryan feel knowing that he has all three of his primary D tackles, and he has Alshire and Harris, where Alshire can be that true middle linebacker who stops the run and allow Harris to roam around. He should be going this game like, okay, our run defense should be stacked. I shouldn't have any worries that anybody's gonna run on us with my main three guys, a man that middle.
Right. We should. I mean, we should feel good because we should be able to rotate those four guys in and out.
Mhm.
Barnett has played well these past 2 weeks. So having him come in and out sparingly. Um, the one thing I will say that I want D'Amico to stop doing, I want him to stop taking Will Anderson out on pressure in certain pressure drives, right?
Mhm.
So within the game, you have a drive or two that kind of you can feel the momentum change, right?
Mhm.
And for some reason, D'Amico he likes to sit Will the first two reps. And on those first two plays, something big ends up happening, right? You get a 15-yard play, or maybe we get a flag on some crazy stuff, whatever the case is. But I think that kind of takes Will out of his game because if you see Will, once he gets cooking, once he gets rolling, you can't stop him. It's like he constantly keeps coming, it keeps coming, it keeps coming. This game, their tackles are really good. Now the guard center is kind of the iffy part, right? If Will can get off on these tackles and force the ball to force the run back toward Hunter's side, and now you had like Juju said, like you were saying, we can rotate that front four in and out, and stay fresh. Yeah, we should be really good as far as the run game and getting that penetration pause and being able to contain Herbert in
Yeah,
the
I just
pocket.
I think Will was on a pitch count for the last 3 or 4 games.
I think
It,
before then,
it could
I
have
think
been.
for the big
So,
chunk of the season time he got hurt earlier,
Yeah, his
so
ankles,
mid-season.
I got
tiny
a I
ankles.
got a quick question. This for Mike.
Hmm.
Um, how many sacks you think Will can pull out in this game against Joe Alden and the boys on the Chargers?
I mean, Joel's great objectively. I think it's now if we get him, as you alluded to many times leading up to this that draft class, if we can get him on some stunts and twists, get
I
him
mean,
unblocked, he can have a hell of five sack
I think the
game.
probability is what 1 or 0.5 sacks for Will Anderson in this game.
.5 seems
you can
about
bet on.
Point
right.
five. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
the probability is 0.5, but you know where you can go ahead and put the over on that is right there at BetUS. Proud sponsor of the H Town Rundown. BetUS, where the game begins. You can go ahead and click that good old link. I'm about to post it again. And y'all go ahead and click that link and hit that promo code JOIN125 where you can get up to 125% back on your first 3 deposits with BetUS, man. Proud sponsor of the H-Town Rundown, BetUS, where the game begins. But again, yeah, Will Anderson about to have a field day. So is the Neil Hunter.
Mhm.
As good as that Chargers O line is, you can't stop them.
And Fadakats is going to play, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I think Fadakasi gets a sack.
I think it's.
Oh,
I think the D tackles get at least 2 sacks this game.
you think
I
okay?
think.
We
I think.
see
Hold up.
tackles.
Can he
My
go?
boy Tim Settle. Gotta have him one. Do that little,
Hmm.
that little dance he be doing. But definitely, Cal, what you think about the defensive line?
Uh, Once again, they have to make Herbert really uncomfortable in the pocket. I think our strength is the interior pass rush against their line. Um, but man, I seen how Daniil Hunter made Panay Sewell look like a third grader.
Mhm.
So man, it depends on like I think them boys gonna come out hyped up, man. So I think that I think D'Amico is not gonna. Hopefully, he just don't rush for majority of the game. I need him to, and if you're gonna do some interior stunts, well, because I remember last week, I think Anderson was out of the game, and we did a defensive end stunt, and we had Togia to kind of peel out, and he didn't set the edge, and it was a big game. Those kind of mistakes we can't have. So if you're gonna stunt, but the good part about it is having Aziz and Harris there. So you have linebackers that really understand, sideline to sideline coverage.
So let's say
These
you.
boys be breaking my concentration, man. I need to stop reading the
Why you reading the
comments.
comments? Just talk. But Larry brought up a point about the Chargers because we're talking about defensive wise for us. The Chargers, one, they don't have many weapons. Justin Herbert throws the ball because one, it's just injury report news. Josh Palmer, who I consider probably
Number two. His number two
he's
receiver.
the number 2 receiver,
He's
is
out.
out for this game. J.K. Dobbins is dealing with an ankle injury. They
He's always
brought
going to be
in, the great, Ezekiel Elliott.
Mm-mm.
Um,
He the center. He gonna be blocking.
Wait a
yeah,
minute. Is Dobbins? Did he
He's
practice?
playing.
he's
He's playing,
questionable.
but
he's
he's
playing. He's
He's
always
limited.
a little banged up.
questionable. Injury reports say he's questionable. So he's questionable with an injury, with an ankle injury. Gus Edwards is already out. I think he's on IR, if I'm not mistaken. And so they brought in Ezekiel Elliott for, backup running back. So they thin at the running back position. And then at the receiver position, I mean, you got McConkey, and then you got, Quentin
Quentin
Johnston.
Johnston, who just had a huge game, but he
He has
doesn't
one
have
every
many.
blue moon. So
Yeah.
this is game to,
Right.
So
That's
they don't, and you can't name who they tight ends are. I mean,
Well, I
they
looked it
just,
up. He got 50
Will
catches for the
Disley,
year.
but
yeah.
only
You
because
talking
of
about the tight end or Johnston?
No, the tight end got 50 catches
Yeah.
for
yeah.
482 yards. So
He just an average, no, not a big threat tight end, just a Dalton Schultz esque tight end.
If you
Uh,
leave him wide open, he will carve you up. But that's a lot of tight ends. So
so this is the
Whoa.
a pause, I guess.
That one
You were
went.
the only one that reacted though.
Yeah,
So
I didn't catch that one either.
No, the
So-
way he said it's a lot of tight. I'm like, oh.
So to go back to the point about the defensive wise, we had to play a lot of nickel this season. I don't think you have to do that as much because of the lack of weapons that the Chargers have. I think Barry brought it up on the group chat. You probably will see a lot more of the three linebacker defense, base
Mm-hmm.
defense,
Makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
base defense, and you can see Christian Harris or Henry Toa, playing that kind of nickel role,
Mhm.
mainly Christian Harris
Yeah.
in
What
that
school,
nickel
AD?
role.
Hold
Huh?
up, wait a minute, hold up.
I said, what
But
school, AD?
I don't know, man. I just know
Tennessee.
he
Tennessee.
went to high school.
He went Tennessee.
Roll Tide,
I know he
roll,
went to
There you
LSU
go,
prep.
son.
Why are you talking about toilet paper?
roll
Why are you
Tide.
talking about toilet paper and
We ain't
washing
talking about
powder?
the Aggies. We talking about the goddamn
But you talking
Bama.
about toilet paper and washing
No, we're
powder.
not. We're not talking about Aggies. Okay.
But you talking about toilet paper and washing powder.
Okay.
Roll, Tide, roll.
Yeah,
That-
that's
that- That's that's what that is.
You
That's
miss your
how what I know it
toilet
is.
paper.
that's the only toilet paper I know.
Yeah. Again, if it ain't
Oh,
history,
so
fuck
you
it.
don't claim my cornerback?
Who?
Oh no, sorry, Bulldog. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was finna
again.
say what
Oh,
cornerback?
Bulldog, the
hey,
bulldog.
yep. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to help you out
Yeah.
tonight.
Nope. But no, that's most of our defense is Alabama, man. And then
Yeah, I
Larry
feel.
said, yeah, I'm interested in the
Really?
43 base for the first time this season due to injuries and suspension. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think this is how D'Amico really wants to play his defense. And he's Cal. I know damn well. Hold on. Put that glass back up here. Put that glass back up here.
It's grown
I
folks'
know,
business, man.
I
You
know
know we can
damn well.
rewind. Hold
I
on.
know
Hold up.
damn well Killer Cal ain't sitting up here with no red Kool-Aid in no goddamn wine glass, Cal.
Red Kool-Aid.
I know damn well.
Red Kool-Aid ain't got bubbles in it, man.
I don't see no damn bubble. That look like
I don't
Kool-Aid.
see it either.
That's
Oh
Kool-Aid.
no, actually, look. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a
Ain't no
minute. Hold
damn
up.
That's
Kool-Aid.
big
No, that look
red.
like. Hold up. That like some sparkling rose wine.
Bougie, sophisticated.
Is that
Ass
some
nigga
rose?
gonna drink
Yeah,
red
yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Look, big red.
No, that's
Oh, it's a big red.
no, it ain't dark enough to be big red.
No, but I'm just fucking with you, Cal. But no, definitely want to see that defense, man. And see how they play in the base, and I think we get to see D'Amico kind of unleash his true defensive, mindset of what he really wants to play, because that's what he played. Well, he didn't play in San Francisco. He played nickel in San Francisco too. But I think this is one of the few teams that you can actually play your base defense
Correct.
in the
Mhm.
NFL. So
I mean, it's more of a philosophical offseason question, but do you think if we had a healthy Petrie and Ward, it would be the same way, or you think it'd be
I
kind of
think
in between?
I think you would play Petrie because Petrie is more of a linebacker. I think Henry will probably take the back seat on that one, but yeah, I think it would be split time. You wouldn't see Petrie out there as much.
Mm-hmm.
I think we wouldn't see Eric Murray hardly at all if that was the case.
I think Petrie would probably go deep, go back
Yeah,
more. He'll probably play
yeah,
a
he played
regular
deep.
safety.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll probably play
that's
the
what I'm
regular
saying. You
safety
you you
position.
won't see Eric Murray anymore. You will see
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Petrie more in that Eric Murray role than anything.
When,
So go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just agreeing with you. I just said when they go to that 4-3, that's what you'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now 3P say sparkling Kool-Aid.
No, he got that damn. What was that? That sparkling grape or sparkling red grape?
Man, if I showed you what it was, y'all would never let it down. So I'm not gonna put it
Wait.
on.
Oh, now I really want to see
Hey,
it.
if
Oh
I
my
Boy, we're
God.
showed
drinking that
y'all,
MD 2020.
No,
man,
that
ain't
was
no
sparkling.
Oh
MD.
God!
If I
It's too
showed
light.
y'all
He,
what it was, y'all gonna laugh like a motherfucker.
What's
They laughing
yours?
now. They
it's a
laughing
We
now,
laughing
strawberry.
Cal.
now because it's
It's a
red Kool-Aid.
strawberry daiquiri.
Nah, I
Strawberry
ain't showing you.
daiquiri.
Sangria.
Y'all really want to know?
They
Yeah.
clearly they want to know. They derailed the whole goddamn show.
Oh, this nigga drinking cane Kool-Aid.
Oh no.
I told you strawberry daiquiri.
So he no,
What's
hold up. He drinking color Zimas. He know what that is.
I know what Zima is. You brought
Yeah.
me back. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you drinking color Zima.
No.
That's what you know.
As long as
But
it ain't a
yeah,
faux loco, you good.
Oh, I
right.
can't. No.
I
Nah,
never want to touch that. Boy, I
that's
What?
never.
headache in the can, bro. Headache in the
Well,
can.
that's death.
Yep. Can
but,
Kool Aid.
but definitely, we're talking about the defensive side of the ball, and we've talked a lot about the offensive side of the ball for the Chargers. But the biggest thing for the Chargers, the calling card, has been their defense. How can we capitalize? Um, we need to see how can we capitalize on offense against this vaunted Chargers defense that's top in the league in points per game, only allowing 17.9 points per game, which leads the league as the lowest points per game defense in the NFL.
Here's my
So
thing. Here's a simple key to the game: protection.
mm,
If CJ has protection, it doesn't matter. And I'm not talking about where they got to give him a full 3 seconds, goddamn it. But I don't need nobody running up the gut. I need all of my linemen not to be on their ass at some point throughout the game. I don't
well, I
want to.
mean, Shaq Mason not playing, so you got
Right.
Oh,
you
there we
got
No.
go.
one,
Right.
you got
What I'm
one, you got
saying
one
is,
out the way.
if CJ is able to have a little bit of time, he's gonna be fine. Everything else is gonna work itself out. Nico is gonna be Nico. I don't have any doubts about that. Um, DJ, I mean, I like the little bit that he did. He should have had a touchdown, but you know, him and D Millie were a
Hmm.
little off on that. But it's there. Mixon, oh, he can't wait to strap it up. Okay, so I know he coming to act a fool. He got something to prove.
Yeah,
Damian Pierce, kickoff return, and he got a little bit of shine on Sunday. Go to
that's
hell,
about it.
DP.
That's
Shut up.
about it. That's about
Excuse
it.
me. Hold up.
Why you telling DP to go here?
His
What
game is
DP do to you?
his
What
game was
did
the same game as
I
Quincy
said
Johnson
you.
last week.
he?
Is a flash in the pants.
No, it's not. Okay. I
I
never mind.
said it. I said it
Never mind.
yesterday. I'll say it again. A broke clock is right twice a day. So, um,
Do, do y'all understand about energy and
so I will say this: on that singular run that Damian Pierce had, that accumulated for 90% of what he had the whole season
I don't care about the whole
prior
thing.
to that
No,
game.
he had 92, but what did he finish with?
170 something, I think.
178. So
Okay.
if you take that away, if you take that one
I
run
don't
away, he
care
had like
about the
80
rest of the
yards.
season. I
It's
am
84
caring
yards.
about going into how they finished
Damn,
the
that was a
season
good
out the
pass.
last game.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like they were got a chance to do what they tested out a little bit, I'll say. Because it wasn't like the Titans D line wasn't playing, because they played a hell of an amount of snaps. And yes, they were playing to stop us. I ain't talking about the rest of the defense, but I know that D line was. So my thing is, I am going in with the attitude of, if you can at least be somewhat of what you was Sunday, give your quarterback an opportunity, he can carve them up. I am not fearful of their defense. Khalil Mack, nice, good. However, that is not Khalil Mack 3, 4, 5 years ago. Joey Bosa, okay, solid, good, but shit, I ain't scared of him either. Derwin James, that's a dog. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not fearful of them. They just play well as a unit. I just need my O line to protect, and then my quarterback's gonna do the rest of it. That's
So,
that's the key to the game: protection.
yeah.
Don't speed him up. Don't make him start seeing ghosts. He's at home, so he should feel relaxed. That's the key. Protection. Bobby is gonna be Bobby. But my thing is, if you got no, what I'm saying is, Bobby, even last year, Bobby still had those moments, but CJ still produced last year in spite of Bobby at times. So my thing is protection. CJ will be fine. If you can't protect him, it don't matter what the fuck we do.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm watching this game. I don't know how smart Notre Dame is that you to have a quarterback that went in for a concussion protocol, if I'm not mistaken. Then you gonna have him running the ball like he head first like that. Okay. That's
Wait,
a
when
tour
you
all over again.
hold up, his
Um,
thing is when you
my
this is
bad,
when to
y'all.
go home.
My bad, y'all. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, so Swan, you brought up a good point. I got another word. Adjustments.
Mm.
That's going to be a key component to the
Man, we
game.
don't do adjustments.
Exactly. We got to
Bobby
start
don't even,
making.
can't even spell
Well,
adjustments.
to be clear, we do make adjustments on defense.
Yeah.
Can we make, if Herbert gets loose a run or two, I think we can make those adjustments. Obviously, we got linebackers that can swarm. We got a front four that can swarm. We're second in the league in sacks. And to bring up Brandon's point from earlier, a couple minutes ago, the Chargers defense, yes, as AD alluded to, they are first in the league in points allowed. Part of that is the opponents that they faced. They haven't been. I mean, nobody has, but they have been facing the Chiefs and Ravens and Lions every week. Like there were some very underwhelming teams that they faced in the early and middle part of the season. But if we just look back to the last month, right, the Chargers do objectively have a good defense, but I don't really think it's great. They barely beat the Falcons when
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins threw 4 picks. I think 2 were in the red zone. I mean, they barely held on.
Was it 17-16 or something like that? Or
Yeah,
17-14?
17-13. I mean, Kirk Cousins tried to give that game away. And the Bucks, they played the Bucks, and that was a really close game at halftime. And then the Bucks just stomped them in the second half. They won 40-17.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like, the Chargers were missing a bunch of guys. No, these were 2 healthy teams, and the Bucks just beat the ever living crap out of them. As hinted at, Mike Evans, he had 9 catches, 159 yards, 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins, similar mold as Mike Evans, similar mold as Nico Collins. He had 9 for 148 and a touchdown. Jamar Chase had a pretty good game. You can run on them. They're a pretty good run defense. Joe Mixon's not looked great lately. Part of that's the scheme. Part of that's the O-line. Part of that's the opponents we face. Chiefs and Ravens have a great run defense. But I think there will be more open lanes for Mixon than, certainly 2 of the last 3 opponents we faced. So we can't find ourselves down early. We got to find a way, as Black Lion alluded to earlier. We got to get off the field on 3rd downs. And but the opportunities will be there on offense. Just Bobby, don't get in CJ's way. Don't get in Joe Mixon's way. Shout out to 713 Sports if you haven't already. Shout out to
I'm
them.
gonna go ahead and lead it up.
Whoa.
I'm gonna go ahead
You're a
and lead it.
handsome man. Whoa.
Boss.
Pause.
Shout out to 713. Subscribe to their channel. If you haven't already, by the way, we're already in. Like, share, and subscribe. Today's Sound Rundown. Help us out in the algorithm here on YouTube. And man, I think this is gonna be a very good game. Hey, shout out, Brandon.
But another key factor is
What's that, Swan?
penalties. False starts, illegal procedures.
Tunsil.
So I have a question. What?
Y'all ready to know the answer?
How many false starts do you think you have?
Who, Tunsil?
Under 2, over 2.
It'd be, if we set a line, it'd be 0.5.
So where can I get that at?
Right there, Big US. Proud sponsor of the H-Town Rundown. Big US, y'all can go ahead and hit that link as we shown below this in the comments, as well as the promo code JOIN125 when you get up to 125% on your first 3 deposits. Big US, where the game begins.
I bet I'm a stack on that. Over.
Well, Tunsil, the over. but I want to hear Black and Cal thoughts on the offense. And what y'all think we need to do to kind of take advantage and put some points on the board.
Go ahead, Cal.
Let me circle back about this Damon Pierce. 40. Yeah, I mean it's but you got to think about this, and it's the stats. It's what it is. Yeah, he had that long run, and he finished the season with 40 carries for 293. You take that away, that's 39 carries for 201. It's 5 yards a carry. So that's decent for a backup. And when you look at their defense, Their leading sack leader is a guy. Well, I don't follow San Diego, but y'all know who Thule.
L.A.
Thule was
Yeah,
one of my favorite prospects from
Thule
that
is
draft class.
somebody we
Thule.
wanted to draft.
From
Yeah,
Washington.
Dan
Thule was a
Henley
good
too.
player.
Yeah.
He got eight and a half sacks, and
Yeah.
then you finish it up with Mack with 6, Bud Dupree with 6, Derwin James got 5.5, and Bosa got 5. So that I don't know what their pressures are, but going back to what Swan said, protect CJ. Get the ball out of his hands. Get him up to the line of scrimmage. This just popped up to my head. You notice that Davis Mills didn't have a problem getting him to the line of scrimmage. Let's go ahead and get to the line of scrimmage, call the play, and just cut out all those other things too. Like as much as we rag on Tunsil, let's go ahead and get the play in, call the play, get your guys lined up, snap the ball. So I think we can run against those guys. I think we can run, between the tackles. And I think that once we start running the ball, we're gonna dominate the time of possession, which Bobby and D'Amico are gonna love that. I mean, Nico gonna get his, and let's hope that Johnson can get, a couple of chemistry sparks from CJ. Hopefully he can get about 4 or 5 catches. Hopefully he can get about 8 targets because
I hope he can get a touchdown.
well, that too, because if Mechie is not playing, then he playing.
Yeah. Only person that they said is out is what's his name?
Shaq
Mason. Everybody else
so
does not have a designation next to their name.
So Mechie is questionable along with the Nico Autry, and I think it's one more person that's questionable. But that's our injury report. It seems like everybody's gonna be ready to go. You're gonna have some players that'll be, what they call it on the what they call it, the inactive list for the game, but everybody should be available outside of Shaq Mason.
Yeah, the report today has everybody did a full practice other than Shaq Mason. So if everybody was full, I don't see a reason why everybody's not playing except for Shaq.
Well, you're gonna have people that they're gonna have inactive. But I don't think a John Mechie or Danico Autry will be inactive. I think you may. What's crazy is that you definitely gonna see Kurt Hinish inactive. With Foley coming back. So, but
this might be a game. Go ahead,
Mike. Say? No, he's making a joke. What you say?
I said this might be a game that you see Mixon have close to like 30 carries.
That's cool. I'm cool with that.
30 bucks, 150.
Yeah, I'm cool.
30 for 150.
So this is the thing. Both teams want to do the same thing. Both teams want to run the ball, control the clock, win the game on defense.
Yeah.
And whoever is going to be able to take advantage and do better than that, because if Houston has any semblance of an offense and they put up 2 touchdowns early, the game is over. Because I'm about to say San Diego too. LA is not coming back from that.
They can, but I don't think we will. I don't think we'll allow them.
It comes down to adjustments,
So the thing about it is that the way we play defense and the way we play football in general, on offense and defense, if we get a lead and we're forcing San Diego, I'm about to say it again, we're forcing the Chargers to do something that they're not comfortable doing, which is putting the ball in the air.
Correct.
Then you're going to cause, again, like we've been talking about all episode about Justin Herbert and the lack of interceptions. That's where the forcing those turnovers come into play. And if you force those turnovers, now you have an extra possession. Now you have an opportunity to take advantage and put more points on the board. Even if it's Kaim and Fairbairn kicking field goals, if you turn them over and you keep kicking field goals and they're not scoring points, you're going to blow. It's going to be an ugly game at the end of the when the clock hits 0.
And they start slow as well offensively, and they have a good kicker.
Yeah, they do.
Dicker, Hookem. But but the thing is, to me, if you get up 14, say 14-3, 12-3, whatever the hell you want to do, one of those kind of crazy ass numbers. I could see where Miko is going to be doing a ball control kind of thing, and Bobby go just make sure protect the field goal, protect the field goal, and I can see us kicking like 3 or 4 field goals and scoring 2 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little concerned though, as we hinted at earlier, about the matchups. Like, sure, he's not an elite receiver, but Lad McConkey is their best weapon. And look, I love Lassiter. He's a dog. He's physical. He's got all the tools. But first of all, he's not really going to be in the slot. And Lad McConkey does a lot of work in the slot. But he's, quick footed, and, he can make one move and then he's off to the races.
Okay, if
I
you
need
see that
Stingley.
happen,
I need Stingley not locking him down because
So,
Quentin
and
Johnston.
I'm gonna say this.
Quentin Johnston against Lassiter. I'm taking Lassiter all day.
So
We
let
need
me
to be
say
in man
this.
coverage a lot in this game.
So let me say this. I'm not too concerned about Lassiter or Stingley when it comes to McConkey and him making a play or a big run. The biggest key is what is Kalen Bullock going to do. Kalen Bullock has a propensity to when a cornerback is giving up and he's the safety help, he has a lack of discipline when it comes, and that 10-yard play turns into be a 40-yard, 50-yard type play because of poor angles and lack of discipline in the run game or in a playmaking situation or yak situation like that. So we got to be kind of mindful of Kalen Bullock in those situations. But
I think
Black,
he'll tighten up if he gets burnt like that. Because I think at that point, like what D'Amico did was, gather him, put him to the side. Hey, but here's the other thing he does: he takes the ball away.
because he's a ball hawk,
mm-hmm.
So
and that's the bad traits of bogs.
right.
I
So
mean, Ed Reed didn't have it. Troy Polamalu didn't have it. Issue, but
huh?
Ed Reed
They
and
they
Troy Polamalu
they
didn't have
did
them.
they did their first 2 years of the league. They did.
I mean, honestly, Kirby Joseph doesn't.
Mm.
You live with you live you kind of live and die with it. He's a rookie. He'll get better. But I'm saying is having him back there, I see him actually getting a pick off of Herbert. Since everybody keeps talking about the fact that he ain't thrown but 3 interceptions and he protects the ball. Usually people put the jinx on you when you say that shit over and over again. Uh, but
Yeah,
I
but
just up front, if we can just, and their interior, they got the same problem that we have. Their interior is weak. So if we can get pressure, you can cover up a little bit of Kalen's weakness, as you want to say, AD.
yeah,
But I would
Eddie,
hope if some reason that, like, me and Mike G feels about a lad. If you see that, hey, yeah, he kind of cooking a little bit, you better switch Stingley over.
what you say, Black? I
yeah,
I hear you, son.
I want to take it back to the offensive side real quick.
Mm-hmm.
On the offensive side, the my biggest issue is the same thing we've been seeing from Bobby Slowick all year long. It's the condensed formations. The condensed formations will kill us this game. You have to spread them out. Because their safety blitz and their corner blitz, the way they disguise them, is going to absolutely kill us. Uh, I know, a lot of people don't talk about next year. My thing this year, what I need to happen in this offense, especially if we keep Bobby Slowick, which I hope does not happen. CJ has to get more control over calling the plays and calling the protections at the line. He has to. This is a must. If that's one of the biggest issues. So not I've coached quarterbacks before, and I told them several times when you as a quarterback, when you do not know or you cannot read a blitzing linebacker or a blitzing corner or a blitzing safety, you're gonna always have trouble, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what. And not saying that CJ cannot read it. Deshaun couldn't read it for shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think CJ can read it. Is the fact that he's not given the ability to change the protection to where he knows which free runner is coming, right? So we're calling protection at the line, and we're still getting free runners. And CJ's thinking, okay, well, everything's protected, and then we get this free runner coming out of nowhere, and it's like, oh shit, everything gets blown up. Now, when the quarterback does it, he knows who's the free runner, right? And so then you can adjust. So I know on Big Sarge's I think it was Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday, he was showing the play where Nico when they had the corner blitz and Nico ran the out route. And I
Mm-hmm.
was telling him, I was like, man, I wish Nico, instead of running the actual out route, when he seen him, he pointed at him, just show your numbers. Just immediately turn, show your numbers, give
Mm-hmm.
CJ a target to where he can throw the ball right now. Because even with you running your route, that still takes time, and anything could happen. The corner could sit on it. Uh, uh, a safety could roll over. Anything can happen within that 5 to 6 seconds, right? And so I need them to be able to pick up the blitz because this is going to be what the Chargers are going to try to do to it. They're going to try to stunt. They also love showing that double A gap mug. They're going
Mm-hmm.
to show that. They're going to drop out of it. They're going to come back to it, and they're going to send pressure from one side. They're going to overload the side. They're going to do stunts as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been our weakness all year. To combat a double A gap blitz, you have to spread it out and you have to get the ball out quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start doing that, now you back the defense off. And like Mike was saying, their corners, Ashanti Samuels Jr. is good. I don't
Mm-hmm.
even know who the other corner is, but Ashanti Samuels is really good.
Keith
But
Sweat.
the
Nobody.
Woods, right? No, nobody. Nico get if we can continue how we move. If Bobby can move Nico how he moved him in the Titan game and get matchups, we're gonna be okay. Ashanti Samuels is what, like 5'9", 5'10", right?
Mm-hmm.
Nico, that's their best corner. So if we can get them out of bringing those extra blitzes and that extra pressure with Derwin James, and we force Derwin James to actually play safety, we can. That's a battle that we win. Not saying that Derwin James is bad at playing in the box. I mean, outside of the box or in the deep half or deep quarter or whatever. He's still elite at that. What I'm saying is that helps us as far as being able to run the ball because now you get those four high, you get those shell coverages, you get those cover four looks, and you eliminate that 8-man, 9 people in the box. I don't know how many times we watched film this whole year, and we've seen all 22 people within the numbers, right? Or 12 people within the hash marks. It's crazy. We have to be able to spread them out. And then the run game, like I always say this, the run game and being physical in the playoffs is a must. We have to be physical. We have to be the more physical team.
Yeah.
That's every year. That's the team that wins. Now I'm not talking about running quarterbacks and all that stuff. I'm talking about actually handing the ball to the running back and actually running the football. That's what
Mm-hmm.
wins in the playoffs. You have to move and reset that line of scrimmage. If we cannot get a push, that is going to be a problem. Because off of that, when you start talking about play calling and all that extra stuff, and you talking about a rhythm, now you can't get those bootlegs no more. You can't get those the wham blocks. The wham block used to work well. Now guess what? They're calling it out. As soon as they see that half motion by uh Beck or by Schultz, they're calling out the wham blocks now. So now we can't really run it like we want to. This is also not a defense that we want to run it against because they have two really good D tackles. Khalil Mack and Bosa don't necessarily scare you, right? But they can make 2 or 3 game changing plays that will beat you. And that's what you don't want to happen.
Yeah.
So Bobby has to get This he has to spread it. He has to spread it out, and we have to get the ball out of CJ hands, and we got to get the protection right.
And
Got to.
and look, he don't need to do this shit that Larry posted.
Yeah,
Wide
we
receiver
can't throw
screens to
these.
Nico, toss
Yes,
sweeps to
yes,
Mixon, jet sweep for
yes.
Deontay Johnson. They need to they go ahead and throw that away.
If we run the ball on first down and lose 2 yards, do not throw a receiver screen the next
Or
play.
wait to third down
Please.
to do it.
All
Wide
right.
receiver screen shouldn't even be in the playbook.
Hey, over under 1.5 screen passes to Nico. What you think?
Oh, it's over.
Hmm.
He doing at least two. You know, we can find that over right there on Big US. Proud sponsor again of the H Town Rundown. I know y'all sick and tired of hearing it, but y'all go ahead and sign up and y'all hit that good old promo code join 125 and sign up with Big US and get up to 125% back on your first three deposits. And Big US is where the game begins. Um, but
One more thing I wanted to
go
say,
ahead.
AD too. I want to see more Joe Mixon in third down. Stop taking
Mhm.
him out and putting Adari in. Joe Mixon is a better blocker than Adari. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like Adari for what he does, but let's stop doing that. Let's leave Joe Mixon in as a threat.
Yeah, and Joe Mixon
Uh,
is just as good of a pass catcher out of the backfield
Hmm.
right.
as a Dory. So I don't understand.
He's better.
Right. He's a better blocker and better
Yeah,
receiver.
And
What
the
we
back,
doing?
you're right.
He's just a better all around back than him.
yeah, of course. I do like what Dory brings to the game because Dory, look, I
He
don't know
makes
how
his
he does it.
plays.
He makes plays, but when it comes to like them 3rd and 13s or 3rd and 15s, he always finds a way to either get the first down or make it 4th and 1 or 4th and 2, something where you can think about going for it.
Hmm.
But Joe Mixon definitely needs solid snaps. I think was it you, Cal, that said he got to have about 30 carries or something this game.
Yeah, I predict about 30 carries.
So we got to see that. We got to see CJ again, like Black Lion said, getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Take advantage of their linebacking core. Because guess who's one of their linebackers? Former Houston Texan great
Oh, I
Denzel
just looked
Perryman.
at yeah,
Denzel
Perriman.
Perryman.
Yeah.
Denzel Perryman is one of their linebackers. So take advantage of over the middle with Nico Collins, with Deontay Johnson, with, hell, even Dalton Schultz. Take advantage over the middle with those guys. John Mechie. And, you know, move the ball down the field that way. You don't have to be a deep shot team. We don't have to have the big, gigantic play this
Hmm.
game. So what they say, slow and steady wins the race. You dink and dunk. You can dink and dunk down the field. As long as you scoring points, you put the Chargers at a disadvantage.
Yes.
Um,
So I don't think Asante Samuel is actually playing. I think he's on injury reserve still.
for real.
So they can still
Oh,
that's another reason why I think their offense should be able to really pass against them because their corners are not very strong. Besides Dorian James, the secondary only had Dorian James. I think
I thought
Cam
he
Hart is
played.
actually one starting.
Oh snap! I thought he played last week or a
No,
week before.
I think he's still in the injury reserve tag
So right now their starting cornerbacks are Cam Hart. I think he's like a second-year player. He was a
Hmm.
late round pick,
from
and
Michigan.
Christian Fulton.
Right.
Ah,
Christian Fulton is a second-round pick from 2020. Um, and then you got Cam Hart, who is a fifth-round pick from
From
this
That's
Michigan.
year's draft.
right,
I'm sorry, this year's
Michigan.
draft.
Yeah, from Michigan.
So you want to talk about us
mm,
being injured? So they bringing back Eli Apple.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know. I don't
Yep.
know what that
shit.
does, but there you got
Going bodies. It's kind of like us having what's that boy named Chris Boyd out there. Shit.
but injury reserve they had Asante Samuel, Elijah Molden, Marcus May, the safety, as well. Um, Jalen
well,
Ray.
still has made a lot of plays for him though, and he's a
Yeah,
rookie as well.
you talking about Tariq Steele?
Yeah.
Yeah, the other corner, and then they got Tony Jefferson, who's old. Um, I don't know who this Gillum is, but he's their starting free safety, and their starting nickelback is doubtful to play. Jasser Taylor, their starting nickelback, he's
Mhm.
doubtful. He's not going to play either.
Hmm.
So you know, all in all, man, the Houston Texans have a great chance to play, great chance to win this game. I had great confidence last night with Ruben Harley and Stressens, and I said I predicted the same score that we had against the Cleveland Browns last year in the playoff. I think it was 45-14 or something like that, if I'm not
Something
It's
like
like
mistaken.
that.
13, something like
13.
that, 14,
Yeah,
13,
40,
something like that.
yeah, 14-13, something like that. I predict the ass whooping like that, man. I predict the
Okay.
Texans. So I want to hear y'all predictions. Um, Now give us a little background music while we playing that. Go ahead, Jules.
My prediction, I'm gonna say 28-13 Texans.
28-13. Okay, 2 touchdowns. Go ahead, Black Line.
Uh,
You muted, I think.
What kind of music is that shit?
Yeah.
This is not this
you
this is
heard
not
me.
this is
You heard
not
Mike.
broke
No.
Jeopardy.
What you got, Black Line?
Oh, I got 24-17 Texans.
Okay. There you go. Hey, y'all just Hey,
Oh man.
Go ahead, Killer Cow.
Texans with 3 touchdowns and 3 field goals.
Steve, take a
That's gonna give me 30 points.
mm-hmm.
And San Diego, man, the
See, I
Chargers,
told you
They
it's a
say there you
habit.
go.
the
Look, I still
Chargers,
say Oakland, Cal.
I
the
still say
Chargers.
Redskins.
J.K. Dobbins, I think he's gonna go out early, so they're gonna score 1 touchdown and probably 3 field goals. So that's gonna put them at 16. So I got 30-16.
Mm. What you got, Swan?
I have it 24-14. I got Herbert getting 1 touchdown. I got Dobbins getting one. That's it. I got Mixon getting a touchdown. I got CJ throwing one to Nico, and I got a Hawaiian punch with 3 field goals.
Hmm. Okay. Mike, did you gave yours, right?
I did not. No.
Good.
We got Black Lion here. I kind of feel like a black sheep right now. I was kind of going back.
Goddamn.
The white sheep.
Goddamn. I don't.
I was kind of going back and forth on this game a
Never
little
mind.
bit. If we had, the heart and soul with Dell and Petrie, I'd be predicting a blowout too. I do think it's going to be a little bit back and forth. I do also have 3 field goals for Kaimi.
Okay.
Close, hard fought, a little nerve wracking, per usual for the Texans. But the Texans get the dub 23-20.
Okay. I'm gonna go to these comments real quick. So we got Larry Payton got the Texans 26-20 going to KC. Not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso would say. If Baltimore shits the bed,
We
we'll be
going to
playing.
Buffalo.
We'll be going to Buffalo.
That's a big if, but
I think Denver can beat Buffalo.
In
Yeah,
I
Buffalo.
think Denver can beat
oh,
Buffalo, too.
we do have
I
to
would
predict
love
the other
to
game.
upset tomorrow. I mean,
So we can predict the rest of the schedule. So I want to know what y'all thoughts about that. The other. Let's start with the other AFC games. We talked about Pittsburgh and Baltimore, but
Yeah.
what about
Well, we didn't. I mean, we didn't do the
Broncos
round
and
table.
Bills. That's the
Okay.
first game they actually play at noon on a Sunday.
Mm.
Yeah. So the Steelers, Ravens favorite 9.5. What are your picks on this one?
I got an upset.
Wow.
I have it 23-20.
Mm.
As much as I'd like to,
Jose Flowers is gonna be interesting.
yeah, that is an interesting component of it. As much as I'd like to see Baltimore take the L, I do think they found a way with the other weapons and Pittsburgh's, recent struggles. So I got the Ravens winning. They might not cover it all. 9.5 is kind of big without Zay.
Yeah, I think Zay Flowers is the kryptonite. And them losing Zay Flowers is probably gonna hurt them greatly.
Y'all out y'all goddamn mind. It's gonna be 38-2, 38-10. The
Okay.
Ravens are gonna blow the non-offensive Steelers out the goddamn water. Y'all out y'all mind. Just because y'all don't want to play these bastards don't mean you gotta
No,
do
no,
an upset.
no, no. I'm just saying. The same way folks, oh, hold up. The same way folks say we got to prove ourselves, they got to prove themselves. But hey, Jules,
Okay. Okay.
up like
I'm
this. Are
ready.
you willing to bet on it?
Yeah, I'll bet on it.
Hey, Sal got the Texans winning 27-20. Yvonne got us winning 17-10. Larry got Baltimore winning 35-20. And Joy got the Ravens winning 23-7.
Mm. All right, what's
Yeah,
the next game, Mike?
We
Yeah,
got
we got
I
the
I'm
think
sorry,
Hold
Black.
on, what you got, Blake?
I think that Pittsburgh Steelers Ravens game is gonna be 16-17 Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
okay.
Now
Thank
look at
It's
the
gonna
other
you.
be.
two.
Thank
Hold on, Blake.
you.
Look at the other two games that they played during the season.
I got you,
They beat
but
them the first one.
No,
Right.
I'm saying I'm talking about look at the scores.
the score. He talking about the score. I
Uh-huh.
think it's gonna be one of those old school Pittsburgh Ravens games.
Hmm.
It's gonna be one of them old school playoff games where it's gonna be a defensive game for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
and I think the team that has the ball last is gonna be the one that wins. And I'm
Okay.
hoping that it's the Steelers, so that's why I say I got them with the
Yeah,
one
put it
point
in
advantage.
Boswell's hand.
But right,
Hey,
so
There
Pro
you go.
Bowler. All
Yeah.
pro.
I really think, and Lamar Jackson hasn't played well against Pittsburgh in his career, right? So I know they're playing at home, but man, hey,
If anybody,
Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin, you watch the Hard Knocks. They kind of fed up with these games, losing these games the way they've been losing. So
Yeah.
I think they're gonna come out ready to play.
Mm-hmm. But what you got the next game with Mike Buffalo and Denver?
Yeah. Yeah. Bills favorite 8.5, over under 47.5. There's some folks out there that think Denver could sneak up on them. I think it's to be tough in that weather. Buffalo well rested, but never know. But I'll say Bills win, but don't cover.
I got Denver upsetting. Fuck, I'm doing all the upsets. Let's go upset Denver. Denver upsetting.
Yeah,
Um,
I said it before. I said it on Twitter a while back. Hey man, I got Denver winning the game too. I got Denver beating them. I think, as I said before, man, I have a feeling this is a magical run that we might get to be on to go to the home games as far as a divisional playoff home game and a home game at this wild card game. So getting to the AFC Championship game, I think that's the way we get there is having those two home games.
right, hold
So
on. Larry said 41-16. Sal say 41-16 in the snow. God damn. Good lord.
yeah, that's
They ain't
yeah.
putting
that's
up no
another
41
thing
points
too.
in that snow, man.
Yeah, that's another thing too. I mean, Denver, Bo Nix has surprised a lot of people, man. And I don't know if Buffalo, they've been leaning on Josh Allen, and
Yeah.
the way Denver played against Kansas City, I know Kansas City didn't play their team, but they seemed like a man on a mission.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really had something to prove when they played Kansas City. They didn't even let them boys score,
I mean, Mike knows what
So
length mean. What does length mean, Mike?
What did they say or no?
you know.
Oh,
So
hey, Larry, the MVP is a regular season award, sir. That
I
time
got
is that time is over with.
I got
What you?
Bills 28-13.
Mm. Shout out Joy. Joy say Josh Allen is different in the playoffs. How
Yeah.
He's
different is
different. He's different in the wild card round.
he? And what you got, Cal?
Man, as much as I want to say upset, man, Josh been money the whole year except against us. I
And
got
Baltimore.
Buffalo. I got Buffalo like 34-13.
Yeah, this
Damn.
ain't the college playoffs.
Hey,
Dolores he's ain't about to win.
so let's go to the three NFC games. You got the
Packers.
Packers and Eagles.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's a question. You know,
I mean, this is a rematch from week 1, that Friday night game in Brazil. Eagles 4.5-point favorites, over under 45.5. I think it'll be a good game. But Green Bay consistently, for the most part, has come up short against these top tier NFC teams. I know you don't believe in the Eagles, so maybe you're going Green Bay, but
Oh no, I'm going Eagles.
he's talking about me, Swan.
yeah.
Packers are
Still
hurting.
not a good
There's
team.
no Alexander Jair.
He didn't play a lot.
Did you just flip that man name around?
She did.
Jair Alexander, sorry.
Is Jalen Hurts
Yeah,
playing?
you know it. Hey,
That's the question.
you ain't supposed to have
I
no
think he
two
is.
first names anyway. Christian Watson, ACL.
It ain't gonna be that close, Larry. I'm sorry.
So you're missing. Yeah.
My whole
Christian
question.
Watson, like you said, did you say
got
Christian Watson with the ACL?
I got the
he
Eagles.
said.
I got the Eagles
I did.
tail. I'm not going to score.
That's what I said. And so, yeah. I
I mean, at the end of the day, the Eagles gonna win the game.
Yeah,
I got the
would
Eagles.
say more 31-20, but
Yeah.
I don't know about the 27. Unless Jalen, fumbles or something like that.
I mean, that's right up his alley.
No, I'm saying is give them the extra points. I don't see him getting the 27.
Go ahead, but
My thing is if Jalen Hurts playing, because he had this concussion,
Yeah, he
and I
practiced
heard
today.
that he wasn't.
No, he practiced.
Okay, so he practiced today.
He got a protocol.
Okay. Because I heard that earlier this week that he was still in the protocol, and I guess having Sunday game, the game is on Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
That probably helped him.
speaking
They
of,
were saying he probably wouldn't play on Saturday if the game was on Saturday. So, but if Jalen Hurts is playing, I'm gonna go Philly.
speaking of protocol, 44 for Penn State about to be in concussion protocol.
Oh, his head hit hard.
Yeah, on that sideline.
That sideline.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. We multitasking. Over here, that's all right now. We can do that. And
Yeah, we're
watch
swimming out here.
the college football playoff as well. Talk NFL football. Jules, you said Philly. I mean, you said Philly, right?
Yeah, I think he said Philly.
Yeah,
Okay.
he did.
Jules went to sleep. Swan, you said Philly, right?
Yeah, I would say Philly 34-20.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think Philly is overall more talented. I think they're going to run Barkley. That's going to be another 26, 28 carries. They're going to try to take the ball out of Hurts' hands.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how Jordan Love's elbow is going to feel.
Mm-hmm.
But
It was his hand. It wasn't his elbow.
it was his
No,
hand.
it's
It was
probably
his elbow.
everything at
It
this
was his elbow.
point.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it was his elbow that hit, but he was like losing feeling in his hand. But
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
don't be surprised if Jordan Love throw the ball 40, 50 times.
Mm.
But overall, I think it's going to be Eagles 31, Packers 27.
Okay.
Packers going to make it interesting.
I just got a hot take. A team wearing green is going to win the game.
What color green?
The Northwood Lumberjacks. That's what he's talking about. Homestead.
Then you got
Swan. The school is not open. Okay.
I'm waiting. Look, hold on. What school you went to? Right, you went to Yates, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for HISD to go ahead and close down. Yates.
Nah.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Not
HISD is good for that. The state of Texas is good for that.
No.
They
We ain't
good
worried
for
about
closing
that.
schools. So we got the Buccaneers and we got the
Commanders in Tampa.
Man, Commanders winning that game.
Oh,
Tampa Bay damn near shit the bed against the Saints.
okay.
Who you got winning that game?
I got the Commanders.
What's the spread, Mike?
The Bucks are favored 3. It's a 50.5 over under. I'm not gonna say this is the best game of the weekend. I will say it's gonna be the best game on Sunday. Which there's only 2 of them. So, but no, there's 3. I think it's gonna be a fun shootout. I think it's gonna be low scoring in the first half, and then so bet the first half under, second half over. It's gonna be a fun thriller. I got the Bucks though.
Damn, them lines coming out the
So
woodwork.
where can I bet that at?
You can right there.
VUS.
That's right. Our
Yeah.
sponsor, BetUS. Click
All
on
right.
that link.
Link in the comments, y'all. Promo code in the comments as well. Promo code join 125. Yvonne, you probably know my mama. She probably took my mama class.
Who's a lumberjack?
Paul Bunyan was a lumberjack.
I say, what is it? Goddamn. I know what a lumberjack is.
Hey, a lumberjack got that wood.
Mm.
You might want to put a pause today.
Right here, look, he talking to you. He talking to you. Ain't no pause on that.
He wasn't talking to
He
us.
talking about giving wood to you.
Right,
no, he was
hey,
not.
hey,
No, he was not. See, they gonna start lies, spreading rumors.
Look, hey, at least it ain't Big John and Yvonne.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
hey,
man.
fun fact. I took your mama music class.
Mm-hmm.
Your mama taught me and your daddy taught me. Fun
I know.
fact.
Yeah. Shout out to North Forest Independent School District.
Yes.
It's very independent.
See, this is what I don't understand.
Hey, you took a shot.
Hold
Talking
on
about
now.
close my school, so I just
Yeah, but let's put some Black history before we leave today. As North Forest Independent School District was one of, if not the only Black school district, predominantly Black school district, not only in Texas,
In the United States.
United States of America. So fun Black history fact. Yes, Yvonne, that was my mother. So yeah, hey, let's leave on a positive note. But the other game, Mike, what's the last game? We got the LA Rams and
the Vikings hosting them, but not really hosting them because they having to move the game to Arizona.
What's that noise outside of the music? Somebody got a little something going down.
Somebody swarming a little extra.
What are you hearing?
I don't know. I heard a chime, like a little like a doorbell or something. But go ahead, Mike. It's the Rams and who?
And the Vikings. Vikings favorite 2.5.
One and done.
I got
Vikings losing.
Yep. See, we're on the opposite end again. Because I'm gonna go with the Vikings here. Although I am tempted after last week to pick against Sam Darnold forever.
Sam Darnold showed up.
Because Sam Darnold in the gulag for me forever. After last week, but you know why. But yeah, I think they bounce back. It'll be a close game though.
And just because of that, Mike, just because you said those words right there, Sam Darnold again is gonna turn into a pumpkin.
He's not.
He might.
Yes, he is.
And I'm telling you this right now, the LA Rams are on a mission. They're playing arguably the best football of, if not all, the playoff teams right now.
In the worst division,
So
in the division worse than ours.
They offense ain't.
I'm talking about in totality.
But they're not.
Right now, they're playing complete football.
No,
they're playing complete football.
They
won. Hold on.
You've been watching the last 3 to 4 weeks.
Hold on. The Rams have won how many games out of those?
No, have you watched how they won them? Because I have.
Okay, how did they win them?
Very close and low scoring. They had the one big game where they shut can't say it. Had the shootout with Buffalo.
Ain't that what you say? You got to win the game.
No, hold up. I'm saying
this.
Win
the game, that's all that matters.
That offense dipped. Defense rose up, but the offense went down.
So let's
picking the Vikings.
What happened to the last time the Vikings and the Rams played? I forgot what happened.
I was in Pittsburgh. It was week 8, week 9, and the Rams beat up on them a little bit.
Rams beat up on the Vikings, right?
12-6 against the 49ers. 19-9
Thank you
against the Jets. 13-9 against Arizona.
Like I said, I know.
What was the score against the Rams and the Vikings? What was that score?
30
whatever.
It was 30 what?
30-20.
30-20.
30-20. Who won that game, Jules?
The Rams, you're right,
Okay,
but
then.
your statement stated that he watched the last couple games. Last game they ain't been done.
I think the last 3 to 4
Hey.
games
They ain't done shit.
they for say.
I'm gonna tell you, something that y'all forgetting about. The Rams haven't been able to practice the past few days because
That's
of
true.
the smoke. So they haven't been practicing. All they've been doing is stuff
Walk
in the
through.
inside
Walk
at the
through.
most. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
walk through. So
And
nah,
the other thing is,
I'm gonna go. I'm
Ooh, that
going
was a nasty
Vikings.
interception.
Yeah, that
And,
was
and
bad.
it's the
Right
same
to him.
Rams team that lost to the fucking Bears. You want
Yeah.
to go? We want to go back to the
Jules,
season,
how
What
close were
you
we to losing
doing?
to the Bears?
we
but then
weren't.
but the question was did we lose to them? We
I mean,
didn't. They
we
lost to the
went
fucking
19 to
Bears.
19 to
You
12.
you just throwing shit to the water
Mm.
I hope it sticks.
Ain't that what you supposed to do? You supposed to flush it down the toilet, ain't
Shit,
you? You don't
we
supposed
want
to hold
playing.
on to it.
You want going all the way back to week 6.
Hey.
So they the
You
hottest
mean
team
week
in the
2?
league.
No, week
And
2.
it's a lie.
Talking about what do we do against the Bears? Week 2?
Mm-hmm.
They quarterback just lost them the game with that throw.
Sure did. God.
Still 10 minutes left.
I'm
What
gonna
game y'all
say,
watching?
I'm gonna say something wrong with my clock. I'm like, it seems like it's tied and it's 10 minutes to go.
Oh, we might as well pick the game tomorrow night.
Oh, that's easy, y'all.
Oh
Ohio
yeah,
State.
hook them.
Here we go.
What the hell we talking about?
Scarlet.
I
Rocking
did
with
pick Ohio
CJ.
State. I think
Hey!
it's close, but
But
I mean, well, Texas has to prove it to me. If they beat Ohio State, all right, they'll win the whole thing. But they got to prove it to me.
Y'all want to talk about watching
nothing
people
is.
play? Have y'all seen what the hell Ohio State did the
Hold up.
last?
Yeah, that was
Hey,
Lord.
Beat.
they beat the dog shit out of freaking Oregon. They
Oregon.
had them up 31-0 in the second quarter.
We ain't Oregon.
Yeah, damn near.
Oh, we not.
Damn near.
Oh, we not.
Damn near.
Nah.
AD,
Who's
Mike,
better quarterback,
Not
Dylan
no,
Gabriel or Quinn Ewers?
AD, Mike,
my
and
defense is
Lion. I'm not gonna give y'all time today about this bullshit game with somebody. I got Texas, and I ain't gonna say wild money points. I ain't say about no goddamn bullshit.
long as
I'm
they're
rolling
1
my
point
Texas.
more than they are at the end.
But
By
that
the
was
you
grace
know
of
what?
God, by the grace of
But
God,
you know
they
what?
got
When you ain't never
Arizona State.
tasted a playoff before, ever,
That's
ever,
great. That's wonderful.
all you can
Who is
do is
they?
hate.
Oh,
One.
okay.
That's
That ain't
wonderful.
me.
Uh-huh.
We my LSU Tigers, we won one in the past
No, I ain't
few
saying no. I'm talking about
years.
AD. He ain't never been to a
Oh,
playoff.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah. No, I'm
I'm
not
just
talking
making
about no.
sure.
AD ain't never been to a
guess what?
playoffs,
Guess what?
and you still
I
ain't going to
don't
win.
give a I don't give a
Yeah,
damn.
you do. Yeah, you do.
I
Stop lying.
don't, because I can still talk my shit. So at the end of the day,
Horns down,
when
baby.
you don't win, we
Oh,
in the same boat.
Oh, there we
what
go.
the hell? Did you see
Turn
that?
the favor.
What I told
Oh,
you.
there's a
What
flag
in
though.
the world were you doing?
See,
Hold on,
told
I'm
you. I was over there
behind.
talking about game over.
I'm behind.
Well,
Hold
all right,
on.
Chance
I'm
Flag.
about to let y'all go so I
ball.
can watch the rest of this game.
No, hold on, Jules. We're
That
about to
boy,
get off. I just need to see this play, and we can call it episode. Let me
that
do my
boy
sign off.
threw a four.
Damn. All right. And why 44 out there anyway? But let's go ahead. Hold
He
on.
beat the DI.
Oh, it's
Yeah. Hey,
DPI. It's calling it back.
hey, let me say this, man. It's been a great episode. We swarming, man. And we ready for Saturday. We ready to go ahead and take this dub. The Houston Texans will be moving on to the divisional round, y'all. Y'all already know the end result. We swarming over here at the H-Town Rundown. It's been a great episode. I want to shout out everybody in the comments. I want to shout out the right at 400 people watching us live. I want to shout out Black Lion from Reckless Sports Talk. Y'all catch him. Are y'all doing an episode this Saturday?
I
I know
think
y'all been out.
so. Yeah, we've been out. He been on tour, so
Yeah.
I think we might do a show.
Okay. Y'all check him out on YouTube as well. Reckless Sports Talk on YouTube. Y'all check him out. Shout out Killer Cal, man. Proud of you, Killer Cal, man. You came with the facts and the stats. And, Swan took over, had the Killer Cal spirit in her today. And I'm glad you held it down. You held it down. And I'm proud, man. I'm happy to have you on, man. You know the door's always open for you. Come through.
Appreciate it, and
Get
shout
them
out to
more.
everybody that shouted me out into the in the comments. Appreciate
Yeah,
y'all.
shout out. There was a comment in the group chat that was hilarious. They say you look like the guy off of the wire. Um, but that's here for another day. I think his name was Cuddy. Um,
Getting there.
Cuddy, oh yeah, Cuddy was cool.
um,
Say, man, I want to get up out of the game.
um, but definitely, shout out my co-host Mike G, Auntie Swan, and Jules. Jules made it to back-to-back episodes, y'all. New Year's resolution, Jules. Can't believe it. Jules is not asleep, y'all. New Year's resolution, Jules.
Jules be having
New
shit to do.
New
Not all
Year,
by sleeping.
New
Yeah,
Year,
but
new me. New Year, new me, Jules.
you know how the resolutions work. By the end of January, it's gone.
Hey, but
That's
on the
right,
real though,
Larry.
on the real, I want to thoughts and prayers for everybody in LA and
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the
South Cal. Thoughts and prayers for everybody up north who's dealing with the winter storm on the ice in Missouri and in Indiana. I got friends up there who were snowed in for a couple of days, and
Mm.
just thoughts and prayers for everybody in the world going on because there's a lot of stuff going on in the world. So we got to keep everybody in prayer and thoughts and be family members and just be better human beings to each other in the world.
Yep.
Absolutely,
Big
absolutely.
facts.
And they just want that
Prayers out.
touchdown.
hey, I got one additional thought, and it'll be real quick. Do y'all think that those guys being in LA and they got to travel, being away from their family, you think that's going to be a lot going on in their mind with the Chargers?
Yes, and the reason why with hurricanes, everything else, you know the path of it, you know what's going on with fires and embers being floated around, ash everywhere. You don't know where it's going to be next.
No.
So they at some point, there's like at that report there was people shopping 20 miles away because they it's an everyday thing, and then a week later or a couple days later, it started fire there because some little ash, some amber flew and got on something. It's unpredictable, and they had 100 mile per hour winds as we do for hurricanes with fire and amber in the air, so it can go anywhere, anytime. If it land on anything that had catch fire and has dry as that state is,
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
that's the huge issue. Is this it's not enough water for that state to function against things like this.
Because I was
And
thinking maybe the Chargers, due to the circumstances, they probably have to leave sooner than anticipated.
They probably already
Yeah,
left.
they already left.
they
Mhm.
are down here, I think.
So,
Yeah,
you
they
have a
left.
team that every chance they get, they're going to be on social media trying to see where the people are. So
Hmm.
that little focus right there, lack of focus, could be big. But yeah, shouts and prayers to them, man. That's horrible. Never
Mm-hmm.
seen nothing like that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they. I seen
crazy.
the. I seen the video. They was grabbing people purses trying to put fires out.
Yeah.
Right.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's bad
It's
out
just
there. Again, prayers to everybody in the state of California.
Mhm.
Because it's not just LA, it's all up and down,
hmm
that line. So
The whole coastline, yeah.
whole coastline. So y'all go ahead and, say a few prayers for the folks in LA, and like Juice said, the people dealing with the winter storm. Hell, even our neighbors up north in South Oklahoma, dealing with some issues with the snow and everything like that. And
Yeah.
everybody know, if you're from Houston, you know what South Oklahoma is.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
so um,
nice plug,
yeah,
buddy. Nice plug.
so but he definitely prayers to everyone. And y'all take care of yourselves, man, and us here at the H Time Rundown will be praying for each and every one of y'all. And we're gonna be praying for our Houston Texans as well
Hmm.
on Saturday as they go ahead and since LA is they worried about their family, they can go right back home to their families right there on Saturday night as the Houston Texans will take home the victory, and we will recap the game, do our all 22 review on a victory Tuesday for the Houston Texans, and we will see y'all when we see y'all, man.